Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I look like crap right now because I just spent the last 15 hours, more like almost 20 hours actually, because I did have to wait to get my car rental. But yeah, I just spent the last 20-ish hours in terminals and flights, and yeah, I think I got about 4 or 5 hours of sleep, so actually I'm pretty good. But I am here at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to attend the Pokemon TCG Regionals occurring this weekend, September 8th through 10th. I am very excited and I just want to bring you guys along for the ride and do a little vlog because it's been a while. I haven't been posting much videos on the channel and I thought this would be an interesting event to document on my YouTube channel. So I just went into Walmart to get some toiletries because I did forget to buy some traveling kits for like such as shampoo, gel, all that type of stuff. So I bought that and I'm actually heading over to a Planet Fitness because, believe it or not, I'm gonna forego the hotel while I'm here, and I'm just gonna stay in my car and I'm just gonna take my showers at a Planet Fitness because I do have a membership, so I could just go and take a shower there. So I'm gonna go there, take a shower, and get ready for day one officially. Today is September 8th, which is Friday. There's no TCG tournament going on, like the official tournament starts tomorrow, Saturday, but there are gonna be some side events going on today. So I'm gonna go take a shower, then we'll head over to the event and we'll see what's going on there. I don't even know if they're gonna let me in because I think what I paid for was just for the TCG tournament. So I don't know if they're gonna let me attend whatever is going on day one. Like I said, this is my first time coming to one of these, so I don't know what to expect, but it should be a lot of fun, hopefully. If they don't let me in, that's fine. I'll just explore the area and head to some of the local TCG shops because I need to practice. I have not had much practice, and hopefully I can find somebody that's willing to play with me. I'm sure there are probably going to be other people that are going to want to practice. At least that's what I'm thinking. So we'll go ahead and do that. Plus, there are some cards that I think I want to add to my deck. I'm not going to talk right now about what deck I'm going to play. We'll talk about that later in the video. Hope you guys find this vlog to be fun and informative, I guess, for those of you who are also attending your first regional, because there have been a lot of people getting into TCG, the Pokemon TCG recently, because apparently this is the biggest regional ever to happen as of yet, and they expect them to just get bigger and bigger, which is pretty crazy. There's almost 2,000 players, which is actually pretty good because that also means that you can get CP championship points even if you don't perform as well, because the more people they are, the more chances you get to get at least some championship points. So I'm hoping that I can do pretty well, at least like in the top 200, 300, I don't know, we'll see. But there's 2,000 people, guys, so yeah, that's kind of a lot to ask for, but I don't know, we'll talk about it later. All right, guys, I will see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so as I headed into my Planet Fitness, I realized I still had some time to kill. I didn't need to get there super early today, so I decided to go back into the gym and get in a quick little workout. I did the 30-minute workout here, and it felt good. It felt good to get in a little workout here before going into the tournament. I took a shower, and today I am wearing my Miku shirt. When I got to the venue, though, I got a little lost. There was a really cool little like walkway here with some waterfalls, but I didn't know where to go, so I went over to the other side of the venue because for some reason it looked like this was going to be the place to go, but it turns out that it was in the opposite side that I was already at. I just didn't see that door next to me when I got out of the garage, which is that door right there to the left. But yeah, as soon as we got in through those doors, you see the Pittsburgh logo, so I knew I was going in the right direction. But once we got up these elevators, I was not expecting this beautiful view right here, guys. Take a look at this. Take it all in. It's really nice. I love the view with one of these yellow bridges, which I believe are called the Yellow Sisters. This is just one of 3 yellow bridges. But yeah, I loved coming in every morning and just taking in that view. But now it was time to wait as there was a huge line. Thankfully, though, another line got created on the opposite side where there was some extra tables, and I was able to get my badge pretty quickly, which I will start collecting these badges for every regional that I go to. I thought it was pretty cool that they give you one of these. You also got a bracelet, which you were required to wear I believe that was to let them know that you're in the tournament, the official tournament. But here are my two decks. I'm debating between Miraidon or Gengar VMAX, and I'm leaning a little bit more towards Gengar because I do have a lot of fun with that deck. I also have two deck boxes, which I will be using on different days. I think for day one, I will be going with this powered deck box, and I've already put my Gengar deck in there. But the next day, if I don't make it into day two, I was going to use this deck box with my Miraidon deck already in there. So pretty cool. I just like having different types of deck boxes. I think they're pretty cool. If you guys are interested, my power deck box is from Dueling Guard, and then my Nami deck box is from Rubicon Gaming. So very good sites. I do plan to get more deck boxes from them in the future. But we are now going inside the venue. And I noticed a huge ruckus here on the left as we came in, and apparently there was a vendor selling a bunch of Yokohama play mats, deck boxes, and other stuff like that, which is very popular right now because those are some beautiful play mats, and apparently they all got sold out right away. But here is the welcome sign. Looks really cool with Charizard and Pikachu. I then went on to check out some of the other vendors, which the main thing they had were sleeves because this is a TCG tournament and a lot of people use sleeves. But I did pick up some Pokemon cards. These were some cards that I was missing that I wanted to add into my Gengar VMAX deck. And then I also saw some World Championship cards, which go for crazy prices. I can't believe cards like these go for over $400, $950, $600. That's crazy to me. But it makes sense because they are exclusive to people that win Worlds. So that was very cool. I also saw the Yokohama deck box, which I really want the card that's in there, but those things right now go for $250, which is a bit too much for me for a Pokemon card. I don't think I would spend that much for a card, which I love the fact that right now Scarlet and Violet cards are pretty cheap, which a lot of people complain, but I think it's good. Another cool thing though is that they had a lot of playable cards. You really don't see this type of stuff at like card shows because they just give you the high value cards, but here they had all type of cards, including just your standard $1 playable cards. Here are some more Pokemon sleeves that I found. I was meaning to buy the Chien-Pao sleeve, but unfortunately when I came back they had already been all sold out. So a lot of these premium Japanese sleeves did get sold out pretty quickly. But after looking at some vendors, I realized that there was a huge line. I didn't know what it was for, but apparently it was to pick up your swag. That's literally what they call it. It's called the swag line. So I will be picking up my swag later in the video, but first I wanted to show you guys the prize wall, which is a wall of a bunch of prizes that you can get for completing side events and winning. You get points for every side event that you win. And this was what I thought was the most fun of the whole weekend, was just trying to get enough points to get some of the stuff that cool stuff that you can find here. They had definitely a lot of plushies, which was my favorite thing. They also had that Yokohama backpack that I really wanted, but it was 3,000 points. And even if I were to save up all of my points that I gathered that whole weekend, I would not have had enough to pick that up. And unfortunately, somebody did end up picking it up before I did. So yeah, it would have been really cool to get that backpack. But here are some other stuff that they have. Here are some of the lower item stuff. They have some coloring books, some notebooks, some pencil holders, and a lot of cool stuff. I was looking around to see what I could get for the family, and I did see some sippy cups for Aizen. I found some like purses that I could probably get for Carla. And then later on in the tournament, they actually ended up adding some more stuff. So we will definitely be coming back to these tables once I get myself some points. But moving on, I did end up going back to the swag line because I found out what it was for. And I definitely wanted to pick up my swag as quickly as possible. I thought that the swag was going to run out, but they had enough swag for the whole weekend. So I could have waited until the end of the day, not gotten in line and gotten my swag. But I got it early, and this is what I got. I got the Chien-Pao Championship Regional Playmat, as well as this beautiful Iono card with the Pokemon Regional stamp, which is very cool. And I got my swag just in time for the challenge. And for my first match, I went up against Mew VMAX, which is my ideal match, and I was able to beat them easily. Next up, I went up against a Scizor deck, which was very interesting. I did end up beating them as well. Then I went up against Zoroark V-Star, and here's where things started to go south. That was a difficult match, and I ended up losing that one. But I did come back against Arceus Giratina, which is a favorable matchup for me. Against Lugia V-Star, however, I had a very horrible draw, and I was not drawing what I needed, and I ended up losing that one. So after that, I forgot to record the rest of my matches. It's very difficult to remember to record your matches when you're having fun, and then after the match ends, people just pick up quickly and I forget. But I did record some stuff of me doing some just window shopping. I didn't really purchase much while I was at this event, but I did go look, see what they had, and they were very organized, some of the vendors here. I love this setup in particular. I love the way you could see every single card, and it was very easy to grab what you wanted. So after the challenge, I ended up with 200 points that I could use for the prize wall. So we're going to head over there now and see what I could grab with 200 points. And as it turns out, you couldn't really get much with 200 points. I mean, you could get some Pokemon cards, but I didn't want to waste the points from the Pokemon cards. So I went to check other things. You could grab these socks, which Carla said she didn't want it. I was just shy of a playmat. You could get a bunch of sleeves. I could get the activity book for Aizen or some of these notebooks or note cards, but I decided to just try to go and accumulate more points so that we could get some of the more bigger items, such as these plushies. But one of the plushies I could get were one of those keychain plushies, but those are kind of tiny, and I wanted to get some of the bigger items. So we went over to get some side event tokens, and my favorite side events were the pack battles. I just pulled the Charizard out of a pack battle.
Hey buddy, pack battle.
Awesome.
Flames, base set Scarlet Violet, and then there's been a couple of battle styles in here as well.
Okay.
So once you pick one of the packs, then you will open it. You are able to then create a 10-card deck with the energies there, even though they're all like the different type energies. They're all rainbow for this.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, cool.
And then you'll start with a 4-card hand. I'm sure they can also run you through exactly how you're running.
Well, we can explain during the way.
Perfect.
So go ahead and pick a pack.
You can evolve any stage 1 into any from any basic.
Alright guys, so that was a long fun day at day 1 basically of regionals here at Pittsburgh, and it was a fun day. I did have fun playing the challenge. That was a lot of fun. I will say that my deck, I'm a little worried about it right now. It hasn't been as consistent as it usually is, and I don't know what the issue was today. Basically, you guys didn't see my last 2 games because my phone died, but I played 2 Miraidons back to back, and I usually have a good matchup against Miraidon, but for some reason, those last 2 games, I was just bricking. I was not drawing what I was supposed to, and I ended up losing both of them. So that was very unfortunate. And I think still in the best 2 out of 3, I will still have a chance, especially against Miraidon, which I beat constantly. So I'm conflicted right now. I don't know if I should switch to Miraidon myself or stick with the Gengar VMAX. My gut is telling me to stick with Gengar VMAX, but my gut has been wrong in the past. If you guys remember, or actually I never uploaded this, the cup vlog, but I went to a double cup weekend a few weeks back. I played Chien-Pao Blastoise VMAX day on the first cup. It was very similar to today. I did very good the first couple of matches, and then I just whiffed my last couple of matches, and I ended up with a pretty bad finish. Then the next day I was like, you know what? The deck was decent. I think I need to stick with it and play it. Went to my cup the next day, lost every single game. I do not want that to happen with a regional. Imagine if I lost every single game at my regional tomorrow. That would be very bad indeed. I mean, if I play a Mew, that would be a guaranteed win, but I just don't know. I have a very big decision to make tonight. What am I going to play tomorrow? Miraidon or Gengar VMAX? Decisions. But anyways, after that, I charged my phone for a little bit, and you guys saw I went to some of these side events. Those side events were a lot of fun, especially the pack battle, where you literally open a pack and you create a deck out of a 10-card deck out of a single pack. that was a lot of fun. It was very fun to just make creative dumb decks, and it was even more satisfying when you win. I got quite a few points with that. That's it for today. I think that's right now. I'm gonna go eat at some place that somebody recommended. I will make sure to show you guys a picture of my food because they said it was pretty good, so we'll see. It's a sandwich place. They might have like Philly cheesesteaks and stuff like that, so I'm gonna go eat. I haven't ate all day since 4:30 in the morning. Thankfully tomorrow there is a lunch break, so I will probably go out to eat during that lunch break, so it won't be as bad as today. But yep, I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. All right, guys, just got done taking a shower here again at my Planet Fitness. Well, not mine, but the one here in Pittsburgh. And I'm ready. We're ready into going into day 1 of the official tournament. It's about 7:10 a.m. I'm gonna go get some breakfast because otherwise I may not eat all day like yesterday. And I'm also gonna get some waters because I was definitely missing some waters, and water bottles there cost like $5, which is crazy. So gonna stop at a gas station, get some water, get some snacks, and get some breakfast, and then we'll head over to the tournament. So I will hopefully have a good day. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. All right, I'll catch you guys over there at the tournament. All right, so for breakfast, we're stopping at a McDonald's, and my go-to breakfast at McDonald's is the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle right there. That's my go-to every time I go to McDonald's. Super good, and I did eat it while I was stuck in traffic because there was a lot of traffic this morning because apparently there was some big football stuff going on this weekend as well. But yeah, here's a quick glimpse of some of the traffic going into the venue. All right, guys, we made it. There was a lot of traffic coming in. I forgot there's like over 2,000 players this week, or starting today. So yeah, there was going to be a lot of traffic, and I probably should have came a little bit earlier, but thankfully I was able to get a spot here at a charging station. So at least I'll be able to charge my car today. So that's good. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and connect this, and we're going to go inside and see how hectic it is with how many people are going to be. It's going to be crazy to see all those tables full, because there was a lot of tables and a lot of seats. So that's going to be crazy to see. Let's go check it out. All right, so this is my first experience with an electric car, and it was pretty crazy to me that the venue just allowed us to charge our car for free. I had to ask, but yeah, I could charge my car for free while we were there. And going into the venue, the entrance looked about the same as yesterday, but as soon as we went in, it was crazy how many people were in here. It was pretty much packed, like a full venue here where you couldn't really walk without bumping into someone. But it was very cool. Thankfully, though, it didn't really affect the temperature. The temperature was still fine. It didn't feel too hot with all these people in here. So the venue was great. And I didn't show you guys this side of the venue yesterday, but on the left-hand side, there are some pods here where you can just game. They had free games that people can just play while they're waiting in between matches or something. And then here's the setup for the VCG, the video game, and then over here on the other side is where all of the streams were going to happen. So they had a stream for the TCG, which is right here. Then they had another stream for the video game, and then I think the last one was for Pokemon Go. But I did get here a little bit late, so I went back to the tables to find a seat so that I could reorganize my deck, because I did plan to make some changes. I was going to add these 2 Sojourners in place of those 2 cards, because I do think I needed some more single prize attackers for the Lost Box matchup, and for Miraidon it helps too. And for today's deck box, I'm going to be using the Rubicon Nami deck box. But I needed to be careful because I can't be showing this image, or otherwise I could have probably gotten disqualified, because sus images like that are not allowed in Pokemon official tournaments. But anyways, they announced pairings and people started moving around like crazy, finding their tables. And my first matchup was against Miraidon, which I did get revenge from yesterday. I did beat that one pretty easily, and it was a fun match. Today was best 2 out of 3. So I played a lot of Pokemon that day, but unfortunately, I didn't get as much footage of my matches, which is unfortunate because this was the main event. But I did get some footage of other stuff. Here's some of the extra stuff they added to the prize wall. And then for the bathrooms, there was actually a big line if you wanted to use the restroom, which was kind of unfortunate, especially if you had an emergency. Thankfully I didn't, but in between rounds I found this space right here where I could charge my phone, so that's what I was doing in between rounds because I forgot to charge my phone at night. But my second match was against Charizard EX, and I did end up losing that one because I do have a bad matchup with Charizard EX, which I was not expecting to run into because I knew it wasn't a very popular deck, but I guess now it is getting some more traction. But I did also bring some manga, but I didn't actually end up reading much because I don't know, just I was already thinking a lot with the matches, so I didn't really feel like reading in between rounds. So now I know for next time I really don't need to bring any manga. But I did end up watching some of the matches in between rounds, and then I did start seeing some more people hang out around these areas as well. I just wanted to check out which games they had, and apparently one of the games they have here is Pokemon Pinball, which I personally have never played, but yeah. Next round was announced, so I headed over to my next table, and my next matchup was against Lost Box, which again I don't have a very good match against, which ended up being the most popular deck that weekend, so I lost that one as well, and I was not in a good streak, so I was feeling down and I went to go do some more pack battles because these are always a bunch of fun, and I did end up winning some more points for the prize wall, so that did bring up my spirits a little bit more. The first thing that I did end up getting from the prize wall was this Pichu purse for Carla. She really wanted that one, so I got that one for her. I believe it was around 250 points. And then my next match was against another Lost Box, which I actually ended up tying this one, so it wasn't a loss, so I was still in the tournament at this point. But after that I didn't record any more of my matches, and I ended up going 3-4-2, so 3 wins, 4 losses, and 2 ties. So that did not allow me to go into day 2 of the regional tournament. I also didn't make it into top 512, so I didn't get any points from this tournament, but it was still a good experience. I had a lot of fun, played a lot of Pokemon, and at the end of that day, they did announce there was going to be a League Cup the next day, so I was waiting around these tables. They did post the standings, and then later they posted a QR code to sign up for the cup. All right, guys, so I didn't make it into day 2, but still had a blast, and I'm still going to be going tomorrow, Sunday, for the League Cup that they're going to be having. They're going to be hosting a cup with 128 players, if I remember correctly. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad. I was able to sign up, and I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. But for tonight, I'm going to go ahead and go grab something to eat. There's actually a pretty good looking taco place nearby, so I'm going to head over there and grab a bite. So yeah, I'll share what I'm going to eat with you guys. So this day's dinner was a big improvement from yesterday. These tater tots were delicious. The tacos were all right, but the agua fresca was pretty mid, to be honest. That supposedly was a mango flavored one. All right, guys, so today's the last day. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it into day 2 of the regional, as I mentioned yesterday, but that's fine. I was really hoping I would do better, but I wasn't playing a meta deck, and I think I always keep saying that at some point I'm just going to stick to the meta decks and just try to do as best as I can to get those championship points. But every time I just want to play something else. To me, the meta decks are just not as fun as other decks out there. Like, I really like the Gengar deck. I really liked my Chien-Pao Blastoise VMAX deck, but I just need to stop that and just play something good. I mean, I'll still try and create my own decks and try to put in some spice in there and see if I can make them work. But if not, going into the next regional, if I go to one, I'm probably gonna play with one of the better decks out there, one of the meta decks, and see if I can perform better with that, just to do a little test the next time that I go to one. But regardless, we're still going into day 2, and I'm going to be doing the side events. The main one today is going to be the League Cup. They're going to have a cup which is kind of just a level below the regional. It's League Challenges, League Cups, then Regionals, then Internationals, and then it's the World. So yeah, League Cups is just underneath Regionals. You can still get quite a few points if you do place in the top 8. So we'll see. I'm going to be playing Miraidon today. I'm not going to be sticking to the Gengar, unfortunately. Last night I was kind of thinking, man, I was like, man, I kind of want to keep playing Gengar, but I'm just going to go with a meta. I'm going to play Miraidon EX and see how I perform with that during this League Cup. So let's go have some fun. Oh, and in between rounds, I'm also going to be doing the pack battles because those are a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the pack battles. I'm going to be going to get some more points and take home some more plushies. So, all right, guys, let's go and have some fun today. All right, so this morning I wanted to show you guys my drive to the venue. The scenery here in Pittsburgh is pretty nice. There's a lot of hills and mountains, so a lot different from the scenery that I see over in Texas. And then to head into downtown, I do have to drive through one of the Three Sisters, which is a very cool drive every single morning. And there to the left, you can kind of see the venue. Makes me kind of excited to head to other regionals and just see the scenery at other locations. But when I got to the venue, I was debating if I even needed to charge my car this morning because I was still at full charge from yesterday. But I did end up connecting it because why not? And for breakfast this morning, I ended up getting something different. I got the burrito because I had some points to get one for free. So yeah, changed it up a bit and it was still a fine breakfast. At least I got to eat something that morning because I've noticed that in between, while I'm there at the venue, I don't grab any food. I just rather not eat the whole day. But today was a big difference from yesterday where there was still over 2,000 people in the venue. A lot of people got weeded out and it honestly felt pretty empty with not many people that day. I did head over to some vendors because I did get there a little bit early and I found this Wiglet, which is an interesting choice of Pokemon to make a plushie out of. I also noticed there was a table full of play mats and booster boxes for the top 8 contenders in the TCG because yes, not only do you get the money, you still get booster boxes, which is very cool. I wish I would have performed better and grabbed some of those booster boxes. But going into the cup this morning, I am going in with Miraidon. So I did have to re-sleeve because Pokemon doesn't allow you to use non-Pokemon official sleeves. So I went with the plain purple sleeves. And it actually looks really good with Miraidon because he does have some splash of purple on him. So I love the way that that ended up looking. And while I waited for the cup to start, I did find some waifu cards here. We have Zinnia, Sabrina's Suggestion, and a Lily card, which for some reason, Lily cards are super expensive, so I don't have any of them. But yeah, the cup is now starting, and for my first match, I am going to be going up against a Mew VMAX deck, which was so unfortunate that I didn't run into any of them for the actual regional. But my favorite thing that I saw that weekend was this Waffle House playmat. That thing was so awesome. I love Waffle House, so I went crazy when I saw that. And then these are some prizes that I got that day. I got the Miraidon playmat, the Bulbasaur plushie, which is very cute. I love that one. That's the one that I got for Carla. And then I did get Aizen a sippy cup as well. So I also got a Pittsburgh dice to commemorate me coming to the Pittsburgh regional. So pretty happy to grab that as well. That one did cost 100 points, which is pretty crazy for a dice. And then later on, I was able to get this pin as well. So that is definitely going on my backpack. Towards the end of the last day, day 3, they did announce that the prize wall was going to start closing down. And that's when I noticed a bunch of people swarming over to the prize walls. And you can see right there that a lot of it has been emptied out by that point. So this was pretty much the last stage of the tournament. All of the cups, all of the side events were over. The only things going on now were just the finals streams. So everybody headed over there and we were all watching the streams and it was very exciting. I did get to see a few matches, but unfortunately I wasn't able to see them all because I was stupid and I set up my car return to be at 7:30 p.m. and the event went on a little bit longer. I think it ended at around 7:30 p.m. if I'm being honest. So I had to leave early, but before I left, the championship from the VCG, the video game, sat next to me and he showed me what he got. So he got the Pikachu medal with the championship lanyard there, which is very cool. And then he also had some booster boxes, which he was trying to sell to us because he didn't care for the card game, which he actually ended up selling them for 80 bucks, which in retrospect, I probably should have picked one of them up, but I was trying not to spend a lot that trip, so I ended up getting one, but that was probably a mistake. I probably should have got one. Anyways, that was the end of the event for me. There was still a few matches left, but I had to go to make it on time to return my car rental. And on my way out, I saw that huge Slowpoke plushie, and the only thing I could think about was how the heck they were going to put that in their luggage to take it back home. But before I left, I think I had about an hour to spare, and I saw this sign the other day about the #1 burger in Pittsburgh.
and I wanted to try it before I left. I was gonna grab it to take it on my drive back to the airport, but unfortunately I couldn't find it, so I didn't end up trying the #1 burger in Pittsburgh, unfortunately. But here's my backpack. I did end up putting the pin on there, and I think it looks very cool. I can't wait to add more pins for future regionals that I go to, which I definitely do plan to go to more regionals, because this weekend was a blast and I can't wait for the next one. See you guys.